Right, hello viewers. I've found this knocking about in the shed. I bought this a little while ago, and it's just been sat around doing nothing. It's quite a chunky piece of wood, and I thought I'd just get it on the lathe and just see if I can actually make something of this. I'm not too sure what really. Whether to leave some of the live edge as well with it, I don't know. I might do, but it's quite a nice bit of wood. I'll find out the name of it. I do know the name because I know that I purchased this, and I know I've got it in the email somewhere. I'm gonna pop this on the lathe and see if we can turn it into something. Have a look. Okay, so I mean this is going to be a fairly interesting turn because it's quite a big chunky piece of wood. It's all over the place. There's no real, it's going to be a little bit difficult initially, and I'm thinking about maybe keeping the bottom piece of this like this and just shaping this into maybe like a pot, a lidded pot. I don't know how that's going to work at the moment, but let's see if we can make some sort of shape of this area, tidy this up, and see what we get. Okay, so hopefully you can see how this is sort of taking a bit of shape now. Got a little bit of bark that's sort of like coming over here, so I'm going to try and get rid of that on here. Just leave those bits hanging out there, I think, for the moment. See how that goes. So I've started to take the lid off. Well, this is going to form the lid of this piece. I've made a tenon on the bottom here, so I can flip it over into the chuck. Okay, so I've just noticed, I'm just trying to finish this off, and I just noticed that this knot here is kind of almost coming out, which is not brilliant, so I'm going to just try and glue that up, get it all inside. There we go, let's just get it all in there where it is. So I thought I'd do on this as well is I've seen a few people messing around with some cogs and things, mainly Martin Saban Smith. Don't know if you've seen any of his work, but it's absolutely fantastic, this guy, and he's made some really great pieces, and I saw these cogs that he made on one of his projects, and I thought, well, I'll buy some of these cogs, I'll use them somewhere. So I've got loads of these cogs in here. Okay, so I've made a little groove in here that we can see, so I've made a little circle, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this in with some milliput. Okay, let's do that. Okay, so just going to get this in here. So really, all I'm going to do is I'm going to place this cog in the middle here. Now this is obviously metal, this cog, so I've got to be fairly careful when turning this back out again, because it's just going to rip the blade a little bit, but if I'm careful enough I should be able to do this without causing any too much problems. So I'm just squeezing it in there. Right, there we go. So the cog is now inside the middle there and packed in with the milliput. So I can't really finish that now because obviously one, I'm waiting for that to dry, two, I'm waiting for this to dry. So what I can do though, that's kind of roughly that's basically where the lid is going to sit. So I can take this out now. And I can place the base back in here. Oh, wrong way, Nick, wrong way. Okay, right, that's the right way, making sure it's really secure on all of the connections there. Right. So now he's going to make this fit on here. So far, so we're going to keep all this here, keep all this live bark. We've got some green moss kind of growing out of here as well, which kind of looks quite cool. What I'm thinking about doing is thinking about maybe putting my emblem in here instead of on the bottom this time, so I might stick it in there. We've got obviously the lid. I can't finish that off yet until I finish the inside, and then we can maybe finish this of what we're going to do with it. I'm not too sure what sort of shape yet, but yeah, I think this could look quite interesting actually. If you kind of look at it, how it is, it looks yeah, very interesting. And you've got the lid, so I can get the lid off of here. Can I? No, let me try and get the lid off. So done the best I can inside there at the moment. That's as deep as it's going to go, not going to go any deeper than that. And then you've got the lid, fits on quite nicely at the moment anyway. So yeah, let's carry on with this, see what we end up with. Okay, so just sanded this down a little bit more inside. I'm just going to put a bit of Yorkshire grit in here just to finish the inside off. We put quite a bit of it on, just get all that in the grooves and everywhere. I'm just going to put it on without the lathe spinning. That's always the best way really to apply this stuff. I've applied the Yorkshire grit inside and just on the edges here, and then I've also finished it off with the Sheila wax friction polish. As best as I can really, because obviously it's a very awkward shape, so you can't really get that real perfect shine on it. But then I think this is going to look just nice as it is really, because obviously it's quite a funky piece. So I'm hoping that it's you know, it's just going to have that kind of look about it anyway, really. So you're not really going to need to shine it up too much. This is dry now, so I'm going to try and reveal the cog that I put in here. And again, I'm going to have to be really careful with this because obviously it is metal, so I'm going to take my time with it. There we go, so it's not quite finished yet, but I'll get that polished up. So we've got the cog basically just inserted into the wood with the black milliput. So just gives it a little bit of a, I don't know, just gives it something, I suppose, which looks kind of weird. It's kind of cool as well. I quite like that. So I'll get that finished off, get it shined up, and that should look quite nice. Right, so here we go, viewers. I have finished this one. This is a strange one. Kind of a bit like the Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Do you remember that film? Do you remember that rock in it? It kind of looks a bit like that, doesn't it? So I've left all of this bark and all of this live edge everywhere. I put my emblem in the side here this time instead of underneath. Yeah, it's an interesting piece, isn't it? I was wondering what I was going to be able to make out of it. I'm still not too sure about the lid. I don't know. So you've got the inside here. So I've hollowed that out so you can fit something nice in there. And then obviously you've got the cog inside here embedded into the milliput. Yeah, I didn't really know how that was going to come out. Something different. As I say, I've seen a few people do that. Not quite like this, I don't think, but I didn't even know if that was actually going to work, to be fair. But it did, so that's quite cool. So I might have a few more ideas with that idea now. So you've got a little cog in there. Yeah, and then this fits fairly well. But there we go, so you can fit it any sort of way, really. It does get a little bit stiff, but it's not a bad fit, to be fair. So you can either have it that way with the brown bit here, like a volcano, or you can have it actually where it's supposed to be, because you've got this edge there. That's basically where it's supposed to be, and it does fit there as well. And that's where it's sort of where it matches up, kind of. Yeah, so there you go. I hope you liked watching that and wondering what the hell that was going to be. I'm still not too sure what it is. But nevertheless, I hope you like it. I hope you enjoyed watching. Thanks very much for all my new subscribers. As always, I really do appreciate all the new people coming over and all the old subscribers. It's important that obviously, you know, I've got people watching. I don't want to be talking to myself, although I am talking to myself at the moment. But you know what I mean. So, yeah. I don't know is the answer. I don't know. It's got some green kind of fungus growing off of it as well. It's interesting. It's going to be one of those pieces that are a bit like Marmite. You're going to either love it or you're going to absolutely hate it. Which one are you? Thanks for watching, guys. I'll put some stills up at the end. Cheers.